How's it going, guys? Want to do a quick video going over my SPY trades today. Only made one trade. Wasn't a whole lot that I liked. I'll go over a couple of trades that I was thinking about taking but laid off. Some of them would have worked in my favor. Some of them would have gone against me, and I'll show you exactly why. The first trade that I took, and the only trade that I took, was right off the open. This is one of my favorite setups. It's that first EMA touch. This one when you have a breakdown at open or some sort of flush at open, that first 5 EMA touch, you're going to get at least a wick out of that. You're going to get at least, maybe a 40, 50 cent move. And 40, 50 cent move, that's a good 10% on a 1 day, 0 day contract. So that's what I'm taking here every time. I played this as a bear flag. It was very subjective at the time, but you can see this rejection. So after I noticed this candle at 710 of a hard rejection of this, I'm going to go and delete that bear flag, of this resistance right here. We had this hard rejection at 710 on this candle, so I entered once we retested this resistance once again. Notice I didn't enter below this resistance. I want to give myself the best risk reward and the most possible gains. So I entered back in at this resistance at the EMA at around 384.75. Sold the first half for about 20% at around 383.6. I tweeted this out. I always like to sell when we're below support when the candle hasn't finished yet. This is just in case it wicks. And I guess you see here, it wicked back up, held the support at 384 support, and I pretty much sold the rest at break even. I'm always going to move my stop to break even. I know a lot of people like to either let the rest of the half ride until your entire position is at break even, but for me, I want at least some profit, so I'm going to hold my second half until break even. So there was another trade that popped up that I was thinking about taking. I'll tell you guys exactly why I didn't take this. This was a nice, EMA's flipped. You're seeing we've seen a lot of these morning run-ups rather than morning dump-offs in the past couple days. And you get a retest of resistance. So this was me thinking at around 384.75, okay, I have a good risk reward here. And if I was to enter at 384.75, my obvious stop loss would be anywhere below that. And my target would probably be around either 385.85 or anywhere above that. Reason why I didn't take this is because of this evening star doji right here. This 740 candle, 740 candle is an extremely bearish candle. And typically when I'm looking to take a retest, I'm looking for a clear bounce. I want this old resistance turn support to actually act as the support. So I'm looking for either like a green hammer candle or some sort of indicator that it's going to hold. So once we didn't get any indication that I was going to hold, I went ahead and stepped away for a bit because nothing interested me. Today, the big theme was you have to be willing to change up what you're looking at. The entire day or the entire morning, I was looking bear flag. And I think a lot of Twitter was too. And this was a 5-minute bear flag that lasted from about 6:40 to 9:45. So why did it break out? Well, at around 9:20, I started to notice this is clinging onto this bottom trend line way too much. There's got to be a different pattern going on here. And this pattern was pretty evident, especially on a 10-minute chart. It was pretty obvious that that bear flag was no longer a bear flag. We weren't testing that upper trend line. We were pretty much hanging around that bottom trend line. And honestly, it still looked extremely bearish on the 30-minute and 15-minute charts. That's why I didn't take this. And I didn't like all this chop. So altogether, I just didn't like the setup. There was a couple things on the 30-minute, on the 45-minute that I was like, you know what? This doesn't look like a good long setup. It ended up crashing towards the end of the day anyways. But it was looked like a giant bull trap. But I could have profited long on this. Another entry that I was looking for. This was on a retest of the support. This was a great setup of what could have been a great setup. This is one of my setups that I like taking. You guys know that. I like taking retests. Same thing here. I didn't like this setup only because of the fact that I didn't get this. I had a bearish hammer candle like that. And there was honestly, you guys can see here, there was no real it kind of just touched the support and bounced right off. I didn't get a nice wick, some sort of hammer candle, or any really good place to enter. It was kind of just this candle just kind of just shot right up, and I was like, okay, forget about it. I don't care enough. Um, I wanted ideally a test of that EMA cloud, a bullish hammer, something like that. But we kind of just shot right back up. And after a candle like this, I wasn't too eager to hop in. And besides the fact that I was still already bearish, missed that. Another opportunity that I looked for and I missed again, and I can show you guys exactly why in this one too. Maybe I was being a little too picky today, but I saved myself once. Two of the other times it would have worked out in my favor, but that's okay. It was this right here, and this setup used to be one of my favorites, and I started noticing recently it doesn't work as well. And it's when we lose this green EMA cloud, EMAs change, and we go on a downtrend. That's all it means. And you can see here, this wick is where I was looking to add. Once we lost it and we were retesting this EMA, we had this exact same setup on Friday. Yes, right here. You could see if I was looking to add on this wick while we were retesting, probably would have been stopped out once we got above. So I was looking for us to regain that EMA and either look to short on another opportunity or look to go long. And we didn't get that, and we dumped right off. So I didn't get my opportunity to go short there. Once I missed my entry, I wasn't interested in looking again. Went ahead and stepped away from my computer because I was pretty angry at the market because it didn't give me the setups that I was looking for. It seemed to kind of give me them and then not give me enough to take them. There was a good setup later, about 30 minutes later. This one I would have been willing to take. This is a nice setup. You get a retrace back to your 8 EMA. You get a nice bearish hammer. You're already in a downtrend. I just wasn't at my computer at the time, but this is a good short setup to end the day. A little power hour flush. So that is the one trade that I made today and a couple other opportunities that I saw. I hope you guys had a great day and a good rest of your week. Leave any comments. Is there anything you want me else to add to this? And see you guys later. Thank you.